Good morning students, welcome to the new class of biology. Today I am going to teach you about reproduction in plants. So beginning with the definition, what is reproduction? Reproduction is the process of producing new individuals or new offsprings of its own kind. In general, there are two types of reproduction, that is your asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. These are the types, these are the ways in which new organisms can be produced. The first type being asexual reproduction. Now what is asexual reproduction? Reproduction which do not involve the formation of gametes. In that only one single individual, one single parent is sufficient to produce new offsprings. So first of all, the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. The first is one parent is required, whereas in asexual reproduction two parents are required. Now both the parents should be of opposite sex, that is one male and one female. So there we require two parents, one male and one female, where production of gametes takes place. So in sexual reproduction, gametes are produced, whereas in asexual reproduction, no gametes are produced. So in asexual reproduction, no gametes are produced, whereas in sexual reproduction, gametes are produced. These gametes will fuse and fertilize to form zygote. So that zygote is formed. This zygote is going to develop into new individual, whereas in asexual reproduction, again no gametes, no fertilization, so no zygote formation. So no zygote is formed. Another difference is the offsprings produced by asexual reproduction are genetically identical. Means they are the exact copies of their parents. Whereas in sexual reproduction, variations are seen. For example, take for yourself. Each one of us looks similar to our parents, but we are not exact copies of our parents. But in asexual reproduction, you will see the new offspring produced is genetically identical. Genetically means even the genes are same, so they share the same genes and chromosomes, and hence they are genetically identical. So these are the major differences between sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Now let's study the types through which asexual and sexual reproduction takes place. Beginning with asexual reproduction. There are four methods by which the organisms multiply or reproduce. First is your fission. Fission means breaking down of the organism. The organism simply split into two and lead an individual life. Next is your budding. In this, an outgrowth is formed on the parent's body itself. Once this outgrowth matures, then they detach itself from the parent body and lead an individual life. Next is your fragmentation. In fragmentation, what happens? The body breaks down into different fragments, different pieces, and each piece will develop into new individual. And last is your spore formation. Spore formation or sporulation. It is also known as sporulation. In sexual reproduction, there are no types for sexual reproduction because already, unless and until gametes are formed, no sexual reproduction can take place. Now, since we are studying plant reproduction, the reproduction in plants, there is one more method called vegetative propagation. One more type of reproduction is seen in plants, that is your vegetative propagation. Now, what is vegetative propagation? This vegetative propagation is a method in which new plants are grown from the vegetative parts of the plant, that is your root, stem, leaves, other than flower and fruit. If the new plants do not grow from flower, fruits and seeds, then it is known as vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation takes place through root, stem and leaves. Vegetative propagation is also of two types. One is your natural method and other is your artificial method. We can carry out vegetative propagation artificially also. And what are the types of natural method? Natural method means in nature, naturally whatever propagation takes place through vegetative part is known as natural vegetative propagation. And their types are natural vegetative propagation through roots, stems and leaves. Through stems, roots and leaves. And your artificial methods are cutting, grafting, layering, and last is your tissue culture. And last method is your tissue culture. So these are the methods of vegetative propagation which we are going to do in detail. So let's begin with asexual reproduction. So beginning with asexual reproduction. In this method what happens? Only one parent is required, no gametes are formed and hence no zygote is also formed, and each individual leads an independent life. So first is your fission. Fission means breaking down. Fission means breaking down. So in this also there are two types. One is your binary fission and other is your multiple fission. Binary fission is very common in bacteria. Now in that what happens? This is your bacteria. This will enlarge. This is your nuclear material and finally breaks into two individuals. So this is your binary fission seen in bacteria. Example is your bacteria. So here you can see a single organism dividing into two individuals. This is your binary fission. Now in case of multiple fission what happens? Let's take the example of Volvox. In that what happens? This is your colony and inside the cell only many organisms will young daughter cells will develop. Many nuclear division will take place and many such cells will be formed inside the same organism. And then after some time this will be dispersed in water. So this is your multiple fission. These are your daughter cells and again these are your daughter cells. So in multiple fission, you will see number of daughter cells are formed and each will develop into new individual after some time. Same thing happens in binary fission. In binary fission also, this is your parent cell, which will split into two daughter cells and develop into or lead an independent life. Develop into two daughter cells or lead an independent life. Coming to the next type, that is your budding. Budding is very common in yeast. Yeast is a type of fungi. In budding, what happens? The new outgrowth grows on the same parent plant, like you can see here. The same parent plant, you will see an outgrowth. This is an outgrowth. So this is your this is an outgrowth on the parent cell. So this is your parent cell. This is your parent cell. It will grow and then detach itself from the parent cell and grow into a new individual. In yeast, you will see multiple outgrowths taking place in this manner, and they will form a chain. They will form a chain like this. Number of outgrowths you will see. Whereas in other individuals, only one outgrowth is seen on the parent plant or parent cell, and then detaches itself and grows into new individuals. Coming to the next type, that is your fragmentation. In fragmentation, what happens? The organism breaks into many pieces, into fragments. Example is a Spirogyra. These are your chloroplasts in the Spirogyra, nucleus in the center. In Spirogyra, you have star-shaped nucleus. So Spirogyra is an algae. This will split up into two, and now these individuals will, these fragments, now it's split into two. Now both the fragments will lead an independent life. So you will have two daughter cells. Again here I have daughter cells. So now these daughter cells will develop into individual plant. Last is your sporulation or spore formation. This is seen in mucor, that is your bread mold. Now on bread mold you might have seen white cottony substance or black patches. Those are nothing but the bread molds or mucor. If you look it under microscope, how does it appear? They are made up of thread-like filaments and multinucleate. They have a lot of nucleus in them. These thread-like structures are known as hyphae, and the entire mass is known as mycelium. So entire cottony structure is known as mycelium, and each strand is known as hyphae. From this hyphae, an outgrowth can be seen which has a bulging end at its end. This is your sporangium or sporangiophore. This sporangium consists of spores. These spores will result in the formation of new hyphae, new mucor plant, new bread mold. These spores will disperse in air. The black powdery substance that you see, or the black dust that you see on the bread, is nothing but the spores. When they mature, when the sporangia mature and the spores are released, it will have a blackish appearance, and that are nothing. Those are nothing but the spores produced from the sporangium. When they fall on the suitable substratum, they will germinate and produce new hyphae and mycelium and then spores. So this is all about your asexual reproduction. Now next video we will study about the vegetative propagation. Thank you.